yourself. Without a doubt, in this lifetime, you would have been advised with this phrase. It is synonymous with success and known as the golden key for being 1 in a billion, which is the authenticity of a person. But I would rather say, don't be yourself. Sounds outrageous, right? Let that sink in first. I believe that this advice has lost its credibility in the current era we're living in, and that it has evolved into an excuse for actions that require change. In my own experience, last year in school, there was an opportunity to participate in the global essay competition. It was hosted by the John Locke Institute. To be honest, I saw the two words Princeton and Oxford and was convinced to participate for some credit. So, I chose my topic and was set out to type a 2,000-word essay. After some weeks, I saw some progress, but eventually my procrastination crashed on me and my board exams were approaching. Because of this, all the work towards the completion of the essay was halted. Now, even though if I had 2 more months for the final submission day, I could a week before would have only typed 100 words. Fast forward, when I registered for this TEDx talk, I was not myself. I wanted to do something different. I wanted to break out my bubble. And this time, it was not for the credit, but rather to learn. Yet the funny thing was, I was still not able to escape from myself. During the auditions, I was the only one without a script in my hand, and once again, I thought of backing out like a coward. But luckily, my peers and teachers were there to persuade me to give it a shot. I gave it a shot, and here I am, standing on stage, with my bubble finally broken. As you heard in my case, since I was being myself, I may have and missed out on some opportunities. And it was evident that the consequences of being yourself are a person tends to be stuck within the boundaries of self-doubt and overthink about the future. So, to test this, I held a survey, and the results were that out of the 13 people in the teenage age group who participated, more than half, 7 to be precise, were not confident in themselves, and 11 overthink about the future. This emphasized the fact that it is a common issue faced by many. In fact, the basketball legend Kobe Bryant also faced the same. When he made it to the NBA, he struggled to cope up with the pace, pressure, and criticism from fans and experts. Now, even though if he was a star rookie, he was not able to play like he played before. As a result, he changed his personality, attitude, and took a step away from emotions when he was on the court. This was the backbone of his world-famous Black Mamba mentality, his alter ego which solidified his status in the history books of basketball. The key takeaway from this is that he created a better version of himself rather than sticking to who he was. Being yourself induces a person to have a fixed mindset. This can be explained with reference to the book Mindset. Quite ironic, isn't it? A person with a fixed mindset cannot embrace change and will always deny their mistakes. Now, you may argue that if you're not yourself, that means you're acting for validation from others. But let me ask you a question. If you are the person that is holding you back from growth, then does not mean you have to change yourself. And after all, this change is for your future self and your loved ones who are impacted by your actions. Then why is it wrong to not be yourself? So, if being yourself is this bad as I say, now you may have another question. What is the alternative for this advice? From the start of my preparation for this talk, I thought about creating my own alternative for this advice. But I think I've not reached the level of wisdom to create my own. Fortunately, I came across the perfect substitute during my research in an article written by an experienced psychotherapist, Britt Frank, in which she had wisely stated to lead yourself. In my understanding, I believe leading yourself emphasizes change. It allows a person to take full control of the wheel, to step out of their comfort zone, and rectify their mistakes to become a better version of themselves. Lastly, I came across a quote which I wanted to share with you. It was said by Rumi, an ancient Persian poet known for his poetry to connect with people of all backgrounds. He said, "Yesterday I was clever, so I wanted to change the world. Today I'm wise, so I am changing myself." And with that, I would like to conclude my talk. Thank you.